If you're not doing this, then you're probably never going to lose fat. And no, I'm not talking about cutting out carbs or skipping dinner or drinking lemon juice. The real reason why women can't lose weight is not because they're not trying hard enough, it's because you're not actually in a true calorie deficit. So in today's video, I'm going to teach you all about calorie counting, why it's really important on your fat loss journey, how you can work out your own calorie deficit, foods that you should be eating more of to make your journey more enjoyable, and also I'm going to share a sample 1800 calorie meal plan that you can use yourself. Before we get into it though, just a little quick intro. My name's Abby. I'm an online fitness coach and nutritionist of 8 years, and I help women lose weight in a way that feels effortless and in a way that you can actually enjoy. And I also help you maintain it for life. So if that is you, and if you want to learn more about health and fitness, habit, nutrition, all of the things, make sure you hit that subscribe button because I'm sending out so many more videos like this, and come follow me on Instagram here so we can connect even. So why is calorie counting so important for fat loss? When it comes to fat loss, you actually have to be in a calorie deficit if you want to lose weight, which means that you are burning more energy throughout the day than you are consuming. Calorie counting has got a bad rap over the years because of diet culture, and usually women actually try to consume too few calories when they're trying to lose weight, which is more detrimental in the long run. Consuming less calories actually slows down your metabolism. So the point of calorie counting is not to eat as little as possible. It's actually to help you become aware and to be able to eat as much as possible and still lose weight. It is actually the most effective way to still eat foods that you love whilst reaching your fat loss goals. If you're someone who has tried calorie counting before and you didn't enjoy it and didn't see results, I'd love you to drop your comments below. Let me know what you didn't like about it. Let me know what you struggled with the most, and I can create another video to help you work through that as well. For 8 years, I was someone who struggled with yo-yo dieting. I would always start the refresh button again on a Monday, be following a new diet, whether that be keto, whether it be carb-free, whether it be juice cleanses, and I got so frustrated because I would always lose the weight and then quickly regain it once I stopped restricting myself. So calorie counting actually allowed me to break free from that diet culture and allowed me to enjoy all foods whilst still reaching my goals. I was able to go from this, me feeling absolutely horrible in my skin, continuously yo-yo dieting and just feeling so defeated, to now this, where I can happily lose weight, maintain my weight, and I just feel so much better in my skin, and I have so much more food freedom. The difference between those two pictures is calorie counting and calorie awareness. So let's get into how to work out your calorie deficit for yourself. Now, your calorie deficit is going to be based on 4 things: your height, your age, your sex, and your weight. So one thing you can do is to head to TDEE calculator and pop in all these details here. And what that is going to do is spit out some rough data for you. One thing that we want to make sure that we are aware of is our basal metabolic rate. Now, this is what you burn at rest. This is based on those 4 things: your height, age, sex, and weight. And for most women, the average BMR is around 1400 calories, and this is what you actually burn at rest. So if you were to wake up and stay in bed all day, your body still burns this amount of energy just to function. Then, of course, you get up, you go to the gym, you go for a walk, you fidget, you digest food, you do all of these things that also burn energy. This is called your energy expenditure. Now, if you add up your basal metabolic rate plus your energy expenditure for the day, roughly, we don't know these numbers for sure, but as a rough estimate, you will find a total number which is your maintenance calories. We call this your maintenance calories because if you consume the same amount as this number, you're going to maintain your weight. So how do we work out your calorie deficit? We usually get your maintenance calories and we deduct around 15 to 20% from your maintenance. So I'll use a little example here. Let's head to TDEE calculator and pop in all your data, hit that go button, and it will come up with your basal metabolic rate and also some numbers based on your activity level. I usually like to choose the light activity just to give you a bit of leg room and a bit of breathing space. So that could be your maintenance, and then from this number you just deduct 15 to 20%. So for this example, we're going to use 1800 calories as your calorie deficit, and I'm going to show you what foods you should be eating more of, what foods you can still enjoy whilst reaching your goals, and then a sample meal plan to help you with this as well. So let's talk food. You've got your goal for 1800 calories. What foods should you be eating? Now, when it comes to fat loss, it is true. You can literally eat whatever you want and you will still reach your goals. If you're eating 1800 calories of Macca's, you will still lose weight, but the type of food actually matter, because when you're feeding your body with processed, highly saturated fatty foods and high sugar foods, you're just gonna feel shit. So what we wanna do is make sure we're following some sort of 80-20 rule or 90-10 rule, where 80% of your diet is coming from whole foods and unprocessed foods like veggies and fruit and Greek yogurt and grains and all of those yummy nutritious foods. And then 10 to 20% you can have room for some alcohol, you can have room for chocolate, ice cream, some sugary foods that you love as well. I like to say 80% nutrition foods, 20% soul foods. I'll pop up a list of the foods that you should be eating more of. These should be 80% of your diet. If you want to save this video now, make sure you subscribe so you don't lose this. And now I'm going to pop up some of the foods that you still can enjoy whilst reaching your fat loss goals, but they're more on the 20% side. This means that you can still go out on the weekend and enjoy your foods that you love. You can go out with your girlfriends, you can go on holiday, and you can still reach your fat loss goals. So now you've got your calorie deficit number, you know the foods that you should be eating more of versus the foods that you should be eating not so often. And now I'm going to give you a typical meal plan of what a day might look like on a plate. So starting with your breakfast, I like to have a brekkie that is around 400 to 600 calories. So that might look like 4 eggs on 1 piece of sourdough toast with a little bit of avocado, and then you might have a morning latte. For lunch, you might have a chicken salad with a ton of veggies and maybe some roasted air-fried potatoes with some balsamic glaze. And then for dinner, you might have a beef taco bowl with a ton of veggies as well, maybe some hot sauce or tomato salsa on top and some corn chips. So as you can see here, the total might be around 1500 calories, which still gives you a little bit more room for your snacks. So for 300 calorie snacks, we might want to have some Greek yogurt and some protein powder with some berries. Might want to have some dark chocolate squares. I love these Wicked Sister puddings for a little after dinner treat. Or you could have some chopped up veggies and some rice crackers, maybe with some cottage cheese. I've got a whole free week of yummy recipes, a sample meal plan and a grocery list for you. So if you want to grab that, just head below and follow the link and I'll send it right to your inbox. Obviously, this is just the starting point to your calorie deficit and there is so much more involved. We also want to make sure that you're eating enough protein throughout your calorie deficit, that you're in the gym and strength training so that you can actually maintain your muscle mass, and that you can stay consistent over time. And what I find is that having someone holding you accountable and having that support network on your journey so you don't give up is really, really, really important as well. So that's a wrap for today's video. If you've got any questions about calories or working out your calorie deficit, please leave them below. Come follow me on Instagram here and feel free to jump into my DMs with any questions as well. And then hit that subscribe button because I have so many more videos coming your way.